This lecture is about how to create topography, that is needed for site planning and also to add landscape. So if we do not have a toposurface, we cannot add a vegetation because that's the host for adding trees and other types of vegetation. So let's see how we do that. First, there are different ways to do it. You can go under masking inside, and if you click on toposurface, you will see that you can create a toposurface by placing points or from an import. So we can import a CAD file, as you see in the description it gives, or you can have a CSV file. So there are different file formats that you can use. Let's first do one using a CAD file. So I'm going to cancel the surface and I'm going to go to Insert tab and import a CAD file. So let's use, there are CAD files that can be provided to you, or you can create them yourself. And they can be more complex or they can be simpler files. Let's use a simple one. So they can have so many layers, and I will show you how to choose layers. So if you open that, we actually wanted to be at site floor plan to open it. But somehow this one opens actually not at the right elevation. So what we can do is change the base offset. Let's change that to -50. Well, actually, let's move it a little higher. So let's do -48.6. Okay, so this is the CAD file. I have not yet created the toposurface. What you can do is that if you click on the CAD file, there is import instance, so you can get a query. If you click on each of these lines, it will tell you the type and also the layer. All CAD files you get, they will have the layer or level value, which is a name of that layer. So you can make note of them and then use the layers that are actually the ones that you want to use in your project. So that's how you can get a query of the layer. And then you go back to masking inside. So what we wanted to do was to create a toposurface. You click on toposurface, and we wanted to create it from import. So you go to create from import, select import instance, and then you click on the CAD file. So it's going to give you a list of all layers. In this CAD file, we have only 2 layers. We are going to uncheck 0. But you may have so many different layers coming with that CAD file. So you can just choose the ones that you want and then say OK. And it's going to create the toposurface for us. So if you are satisfied with the toposurface, you can say, you can press the green button, or if not, you can change the value for elevation. So for example, I can change the value for this one to 5. Or this one. So you can make modification to this as you want if you're not happy with the way it looks like. If you are satisfied with what it looks like, I'm going to change a little bit. Let's change this one to just for fun. And then you can say finish surface. So here is the topo surface we have created, and now you can add trees and vegetation to it. You didn't have to make these modifications. I just wanted to show you that. So regardless of if we make it from a CAD file or if we add points, um, you can modify the elevation of those points. And we will see how you can create it from points. Now let's add a building pad. So after you add the topo surface, you want to make sure that the building cuts through the topo surface. So there should be a building pad. So let's go back to site and building pad. I don't want to save this for now. So by default, it is that pick walls. So we can pick the walls, or I can pick lines. Actually, that might be more convenient. So I can make sure that I pick the outer line of the walls. And here I can add a line. So you can actually, you should do this for the whole so we can do this for the whole outer layer. Here we have, okay, so here it would have been better if I used a line like that. And then you can clean up the corners. So let's see. So you need to make sure this is closed. So I need to delete that part. This corner is not connected. Okay, so after you check all corners and make sure everything is connected, then you are going to say finish edit mode. Let's go back to 3D. And we can actually add a section box. You should be a 3D view. And oh, we already have a section box here. So, okay, you can see actually, that's right. If you want to see the depth of the earth, you should have that section box. So after you add the section box, you can see that depth of the earth. Okay, so that is how you can, so you see that because of the building pad, the building pad helps to cut through the topo surface. So you can also change, if you go back to the building pad, you can actually change the elevation of it. So if you wanted to go deeper through the topo surface or not, you can do that. So another way we can create a topo surface is by placing points. Let's actually go and create a new project for that. Architectural template. So make sure you are at site. When you do that, you don't want to create the topo surface at other levels. Go to massing and site, topo surface, and let's do this time by placing points. So you can place points in the drawing area to define the topo surface. So let's see how that works. So you can place points. So as you see, if I place points on the outer layer, it will create a line. If I place them inside, there will be points not connected to each other. So now I can finish it, or I can actually make some modification. If you click on each of these points, the elevation is 0. So you can change the elevation of and as you change that, the contour is going to change. So I'm just doing this randomly. So let's actually go to 3D and see what. And I can say finish. Go to shaded view. Okay, so this is my topo surface, sort of awkward looking. I didn't add enough points. Just wanted to show you quickly what it looks like. So if you add enough points, you can get the contour. And now that we are here, we can also add a building path. So this time, let's use a rectangle. So that is, so you see the height offset from level, you can change that. So again, it's going to, so if I change this to -3, so it's going to cut further down. Let's go to shaded view, 3D. There we go. So you see it has cut through it. And now if I add a section box, you see then I can see the thickness of the earth. And if you go further, you can see the context of the building pad within within the topo surface. So you can change this again if you wanted. You want the building pad to completely cut through the topo surface, you can change the height offset from level, or you can reduce that. So make sure you have a topo surface for all your projects. That's important because without that you cannot add landscape, and also that